Welcome to the He's Got Issues Marvel Comics Edition number 109.1. I'm John Cooney here to preview new Marvel Comics being released February 26th, 2014, beginning alphabetically with Avengers Assemble number 24. Mad scientist June Covington is at war in New York City with AIM for control of new inhuman abilities, and also because she hates people and likes killing them. Spider-Girl has to enlist the help of Iron Man to understand what's at stake, how to fight it, and, if she's very lucky, how to recover her friend without ending up dead. Next, we've got Cataclysm, The Ultimate's Last Stand, number 5 of 5, the biggest Ultimate event yet, Marvel's Galactus vs. the Ultimates, the stunning conclusion of the biggest Ultimate event ever. We've also got Deadpool number 24, Deadpool vs. S.H.I.E.L.D. Part 3, one helicarrier full of troops, one deadly creature intent on killing them all, a creature named Deadpool. Next we've got Fantastic Four number 1, the fall of the Fantastic Four, Part 1, the world's greatest comics magazine begins anew with Marvel's first family, the Fantastic Four. But as the brilliant Mr. Fantastic, the compassionate Invisible Woman, the ever-loving Thing, and the hot-headed Human Torch embark on a strange mission, they aren't met with new beginnings, but an untimely end. As the family of cosmic explorers head towards their darkest hour, who could possibly be behind their downfall? And how is one of their oldest enemies, the sadistic dragon known as Fin Fang Foom, involved? Prepare for the fantastic. We've also got George Romero's Empire of the Dead, Act 1, number 2 of 5. It's zombies versus vampires, with humans caught in the crossfire as the legendary George Romero unleashes his next undead epic. Welcome to New York, years after the eruption of an undead plague, a city not only teeming with roaming zombies, but also ruled by vampires. Meanwhile, in the pit of the bloody Circus Maximus, can anything stop the unchained fury of the zombie gladiator known as Zanzibar? Plus, it's a terrorizing team-up in variant cover form when the zombie godfather George Romero unites with zombie king Arthur Suidam. Next, we've got Guardians of the Galaxy number 12, The Trial of Jean Grey Part 4. A surprise ally from one character's past comes to help, but is that enough against the most powerful army in the universe? We've also got Hawkeye number 15. The brothers Barton double down against the bad guys as the clown lays siege to their building. Can Hawkeye keep everyone safe against a killer nobody's even seen yet? What happens when you're locked up with your loser big brother for at least a week straight? You go nuts, right? Clint goes a little nuts. Plus 2 free staples. We've also got Indestructible Hulk number 19. Inhumanity tie-in, The Humanity Bomb Chapter 3. Banner has one last chance to prevent Terrigenesis, but at an unthinkable cost. Banner's assistants are cannon fodder. Who will survive? The Hulk has unleashed a menace even worse than the Terrigen Mists, and there's no smashing it. Next, we've got Marvel Universe Ultimate Spider-Man number 23. Spidey and his friends cause so much damage in a fight, Nick Fury puts them on cleanup duty. Enter the superhero cleanup company, Damage Control. We've also got Mighty Avengers number 7. The Falcon is on the hunt, and what he finds will rock the Mighty Avengers to their core. Meanwhile, Luke Cage and Adam Brashear, aka the Blue Marvel, sit down and talk about dead presidents, old mistakes, and family ties. Guest starring Iron Fist. Next, we've got Miracleman number 3. Face to face with a shocking enemy, can Miracleman survive, or will London burn? A mysterious man with a sapphire grin stalks Michael Moran. Meet the sinister Mr. Cream. Try not to scream. A glimpse into the future introduced the Warp Smiths. Now see these strange warriors battle on their world in Cold War, Cold Warrior, including the Miracleman stories from Warrior 6 through 8 and the Warp Smith stories from Warrior 9 through 10, plus bonus content. We've also got Origin 2 number 3 of 5, Logan, Caged. Brutalized by devious captives, the clawed man of the woods may find one thing he'd thought he'd lost, humanity. Kieran Gillen and Adam Kubert uncover the mystery of the life of the man who will become Wolverine. Next, we've got Revolutionary War Supersoldiers number 1 one-shot. Some of the most popular heroes of the Marvel UK return for Supersoldiers, and where the Supersoldiers go, trouble isn't far behind. It's the Supersoldiers versus Mystech in all-out war. When a vast army of Mystech psycho wraiths come calling on a small Scottish town, it's up to the Supersoldiers to put them down for good. We've also got Secret Avengers number 16, How to Maim a Mockingbird conclusion. Maria Hill strikes a deal with AIM. Some are dead, some are alive, some are in between, and some quit. The Secret Avengers will never be the same. Next, we've got Superior Spider-Man number 28. Goblin Nation number 2 of 5. Goblins, spiderlings, supervillains, giant robots. It can only mean one thing: assault on Spider Island. If you want to see people standing around talking, read another comic. Want to see heroes having a fist fight? Go somewhere else. You are in the Goblin Nation, and this is all-out war. We've also got Thunderbolts number 22, No Mercy, Part 3. How far would the Thunderbolts go to deal with Mercy? Would they make a deal with the devil? Or Mephisto, who is technically not the devil? We've also got Uncanny Avengers number 17, the conclusion of Ragnarok now. The Avengers assemble, but are they too late? The twins' revenge on Kang is complete, but at what cost? Planet X is born. Next, we've got Wolverine number 2, Wolverine No More. After the events of Killable, Wolverine has something to prove. Before he can take on Sabretooth again, he'll need to build himself back up, get better and stronger than he's ever been. But it's not as easy as he thought, and he'll soon find himself turning to another means of revenge when his normal channels don't seem to be working fast enough. Can he fight back his demons, or is this the beginning of a Wolverine who's gone to the dark side? And we've got Wolverine and the X-Men number 42, School's Out Forever, final issue. It's the end of the year for the Jean Grey School, but where do our graduates go from here, and who will have survived the experience? Jason Aaron, Pepe Larraz, and Nick Bradshaw bring the story of the Jean Grey School to a close. Out in trades this week, we've got Captain America Winter Soldier hardcover movie cover edition. For more than 50 years, the Soviets employed an undercover agent, an unstoppable, untraceable killer known as the Winter Soldier. His suspected identity? Bucky Barnes, Captain America's one-time partner, thought to have died during World War II. Now the Winter Soldier is back, working for the ruthless General Lucan, who has obtained a functional cosmic cube, a weapon of limitless power that can bend reality itself. Vowing to end Lucan's reign of terror and destruction, Captain America relentlessly tracks the cube, only to find himself face to face against the Winter Soldier. Will Cap be forced to battle his resurrected partner so soon after finally learning the astonishing truth? Five-time Eisner Award nominee Ed Brubaker's tale of suspense and intrigue has both critics and fans reeling, featuring never-before-seen extras and new introduction by Ed Brubaker, collecting Captain America number 1 through 9 and 11 through 14. Next, we have Marvel Masterworks, the Fantastic Four Volume 10 trade paperback. Certifiably the world's greatest comic collaboration, the Stan Lee Jack Kirby Fantastic Four run stands as one of the greatest accomplishments in the history of comics. Across 10 titanic years, they laid the foundation of the Marvel Universe and birthed more amazing concepts and characters than perhaps any series before or since. But that's enough waxing nostalgic, true believer. This is a Marvel comic after all. Expect plenty of explosive action and family drama, including Doctor Doom, A Mission to Save Apollo 11, The Inhumans, The Submariner, Magneto, and more. To top it off, we celebrate the entire Lee Kirby run with essays by critics, creators, and comics luminaries, as well as the completed original version of Stan and Jack's Lost FF issue, collecting Fantastic Four number 94 through 104 and Fantastic Four: The Lost Adventure. We've also got Secret Avengers Volume 2 Iliad trade paperback, Infinity tie-in. S.H.I.E.L.D. takes the fight to Ames' door with deadly repercussions, and the Secret Avengers find themselves outgunned and trapped in enemy territory. As the truth about the events on AIM Island come to light, the fallout from the Secret Avengers attack continues. But what waits deep inside the chamber of the AIM High Council? And after the smoke clears, an old friend is laid to rest, while a new one joins the fray. Quake takes on Maria Hill, and everything rides on the outcome of their clash. And with the Avengers off-world, what will S.H.I.E.L.D. do when Thanos strikes? It's up to Maria Hill, Nick Fury, Agent Coulson, and the Iron Patriot to face certain death and repel the invasion. But what's the deal with the newest member of the Secret Avengers? Collecting Secret Avengers number 6 through 11. Next, we've got Secret Service trade paperback. From the writer of Kick-Ass and the artist of Watchmen comes a collaboration decades in the making. The world's greatest secret agent is on the most exciting case of his career, but will the end of the world as we know it take a backseat to training his street punk nephew to be the next James Bond? Meanwhile, what's the link between a series of kidnapped sci-fi stars, the murder of an entire town, and a dark secret from inside Mount Everest? Under Uncle Jack's supervision, Gary's spy skills and confidence blossom, but when the duo learns what's behind the celebrity kidnappings, the knowledge comes at a price. The conspiracy begins to unravel, but who can be trusted when so many prominent figures seem to be involved? It's a must-be-seen to be believed action spectacle, collecting Secret Service number 1 through 6. We've also got Superior Foes of Spider-Man Volume 1, Getting the Band Back Together trade paperback. It's a new sleeper hit series starring some of Spidey's deadliest baddies. Boomerang and his fellow villains prove that with terrible powers comes terrible responsibilities, and Spider-Man will soon learn that with superior villains come superior problems. Out on bail and aiming to stay out of jail, Boomerang must get his cronies on target. But does Frank Castle, the one-man army known as the Punisher, have them targeted already? The foes have a plan and the means to pull it off, but they're about to learn the hard way that you can't steal the head of Silvermane without severe repercussions. Rising star Nick Spencer teams with Eisner Award-winning sensation Steve Lieber for a walk on the Spider-Verse's evil side, collecting Superior Foes of Spider-Man number 1 through 6. Next, we've got Superior Spider-Man Team-Up Volume 1 Versus trade paperback. What will the Superior Spider-Man do when he encounters the Marvel Universe's greatest heroes? Challenge them, of course. And first up are the Avengers. Then the Scarlet Spider returns to New York to check on Peter's superior behavior, not realizing Doc Ock has taken over Peter's life. But Ock sure knows who Kane is, the man who once killed him. But when their reunion is interrupted by an army of mutant spider clones, can Spider-Man and Kane put aside their differences to deal with the Jackal? Plus, Thanos' forces set their sights on Earth, but the Superior Spider-Man's attention is divided when the lightning-powered Fulmina attempts to return to Manhattan to the Dark Ages. Can Luke Cage's Mighty Avengers help Spider-Man turn back an invasion and restore the city? Collecting Superior Spider-Man Team-Up number 1 through 4 and Scarlet Spider number 20. We've also got Thor by Walter Simonson Volume 4 trade paperback. Few people have ever left their mark on one character quite the way Walter Simonson has. His work on the mighty Thor swept the Norse god of thunder to heights never before seen and rarely achieved in his wake. Spanning epic tales of heroism and treachery, love and war, Simonson's work is often considered the definitive Thor. From the majesty and mystery of fabled Asgard to the gritty streets of New York City, Thor was never the same. This is the mark of a true visionary. This 4th volume continues the collection of Simonson's epic run, including the unforgettable Frog Thor storyline, completely remastered from the original artwork and newly colored by Steve Oliff, collecting Thor number 364 through 369 and 371 to 374. We've also got Uncanny Avengers Volume 1, the Red Shadow trade paperback. The Marvel Universe's greatest era starts here. In the wake of Professor X's funeral, Captain America creates a new Avengers unit comprised of Avengers and X-Men, humans and mutants working together. But the Red Skull is returned straight out of the 1940s, and he wants to destroy all mutants. What gruesome weapon has given him dangerous new powers? Rogue and Scarlet Witch face off against the Red Skull's S-Men. Wolverine and Captain America investigate the worldwide mutant assassination epidemic, and Havoc and Thor battle the spreading influence of Honest John, the living propaganda. And when Avenger defects, the rest must face the terrible might of the Omega Skull. Plus Wonder Man, Wasp, and Sunfire join the team, just in time for the Grim Reaper's revenge. Uncanny Avengers Assemble, collecting Uncanny Avengers number 1 through 5. And we've got X-Force by Craig Kyle and Chris Yost, the Complete Collection Volume 1 trade paperback. They're the X-Men's Black Ops strike team, created to go places and do things the regular squad can't or won't. They're the best trackers and killers the X-Men have to offer: Wolverine, X-23, Warpath, Wolfsbane, Archangel, and more. They're X-Force. When the Purifiers resurrect some of the most heinous mutant murderers in history, X-Force launches into battle with claws out and teeth bared. But can they rescue a teammate and put an end to Bastion's machinations? And when the lethal legacy virus is stolen, X-Force must take on the Marauders while Warpath hunts down the Demon Bear. But can the team save their friends from the Leper Queen before they literally run out of time? Plus Wolverine alone against Hydra. Collecting X-Force number 1 through 13, X-Force Special, Ain't No Dog number 1, and material from X-Force Annual number 1. Okay, so that's it for Marvel this week, but there's still plenty of other books out as well, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both the DC and Indies videos for this week, as well as my featured video with the usual roundup of all my favorites for the week, with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Tumblr to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.